Picture this, a team down by nearly 20 points at halftime, the odds stacked against them, the pressure mounting, and the season's momentum on the line. Most people would have written them off right then and there, but not the Indiana Fever. On Sunday, in a showdown against the Connecticut Sun, the Fever pulled off one of the most inspiring comebacks of the year, rallying back from a 48-29 halftime deficit to force overtime and secure a 99-93 victory. It was the team's 19th win of the season, but this wasn't just any win. This was a statement, a testament to grit, resilience, and heart. And in the aftermath, the emotional reaction of head coach Stephanie White reminded everyone that basketball is so much more than just points on a scoreboard. It's about people, relationships, and the fight to never give up. Every great season is defined by signature wins, the kind that fans and players remember years later. For the Fever, this overtime comeback against the Sun may well be one of those games. It was the type of performance that tests every ounce of a team's character and rewards them for refusing to fold. Fans who watched it unfold live will never forget the feeling of that comeback, and the players will carry it with them as proof of what they're capable of when the odds seem impossible. Sometimes a single game can reshape a season's trajectory, and this may be one of those moments. For the WNBA as a whole, games like this showcase why the league continues to grow in popularity. Fans don't just want to see highlights. They want to see passion, resilience, and authentic emotion. When Coach White broke down after the game, it was raw, real, and relatable. It showed fans a side of sports that goes beyond the X's and O's, a side that speaks to human emotion and connection. In a world where sports often feel scripted or predictable, moments like these remind us why we watch in the first place. They remind us that behind every score is a story of people giving their all. Looking ahead, the Fever will carry the momentum from this win into the next stretch of their season. With 19 victories under their belt, they've proven they're a team to take seriously. Opponents will know they can't count the Fever out, no matter the score or situation. That's a powerful reputation to have, especially as the playoffs approach. Momentum matters in basketball, and few things build confidence like a comeback win. The Fever now have both confidence and proof that they can rally from almost any position, which could make them one of the most dangerous teams to face when the stakes get higher. At the end of the day, the story of this game wasn't just about the final score. It was about resilience, emotion, and unity. It was about a coach who believed in her players so deeply that their fight brought her to tears. It was about a team that refused to give in, that refused to be defined by a deficit, and that showed the world what toughness really looks like. The Indiana Fever's overtime win against the Connecticut Sun will go down as one of the most emotional and inspiring moments of the season. And as fans look ahead to what's next, one thing is clear: this team is built to fight, built to inspire, and built to never, ever give up. The Fever came out of the gate struggling. The Sun dominated early, controlling tempo, forcing turnovers, and making it look like the game was slipping away quickly. By halftime, a 19-point deficit loomed over the Fever locker room. For most teams, that gap would have felt like an impossible mountain to climb. But the Fever, a group that has built its identity on toughness and togetherness, refused to let the scoreboard dictate their spirit. They regrouped, adjusted, and most importantly, trusted one another. That trust was on full display in the second half, where every possession felt like a fight for survival, every bucket a spark of hope, and every defensive stop a reason to believe the comeback was possible. As the second half unfolded, the Fever showed exactly why they've been one of the most talked about teams this season. They didn't just chip away at the lead. They attacked it with relentless energy. Offense started to click. Shots that weren't falling earlier finally found the net. Defense tightened up, making Connecticut work for every single point. Slowly but surely, the gap closed. By the time the fourth quarter rolled around, you could feel the momentum shift. Every single point. Slowly but surely, the gap closed. By the time the fourth quarter rolled around, you could feel the momentum shift. The crowd sensed it, the bench felt it, and the players on the court fed off the energy. Suddenly, what looked like an insurmountable deficit was now a winnable game. White's emotions poured out as she addressed her players. She told them how proud she was of their fight, their mindset, and their refusal to back down. It wasn't just about basketball. It was about life, about resilience, about never giving up no matter how steep the climb may seem. For players, coaches, and fans alike, those words resonated. Because when a team comes back from nearly 20 points down, it's not luck, it's toughness, preparation, and heart. White reminded her squad that this spirit of togetherness and grit is what defines them, what separates them from others, and what makes them dangerous heading into the stretch run of the season. The beauty of sports is that moments like these transcend the game itself. For the Fever, this comeback wasn't just about adding another win to the standings. It was about proving to themselves and to everyone watching that they can rise when adversity strikes. In many ways, this victory captured the essence of what the Fever are becoming: a resilient, united, and fearless team that can weather storms and come out stronger. That's the kind of identity that makes a team more than just a collection of players. It makes them a family, and in the middle of that family, Coach White's emotional reaction was a reminder of just how deeply invested she is in their journey. It's worth noting the individual performances that fueled this win. Every comeback requires players to step up in big moments, and the Fever had plenty of heroes on the floor. From clutch scoring to critical defensive stands, this was a team effort in every sense of the word. Nobody checked out. Nobody hung their heads, and nobody let the deficit define them. Instead, players leaned on one another, trusted the game plan, and executed when it mattered most. That kind of resilience doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of months of preparation, conditioning, and buying into a culture of never giving up. Stephanie White's leadership has been central to building that culture. Coaches often talk about resilience and toughness, but to see it lived out on the court and then to react with such genuine emotion afterward speaks volumes. White's tears weren't just about one comeback win. They were about pride in her players, pride in their growth, and pride in the way they embody the values she preaches daily. For a coach, those moments are priceless. It's the confirmation that the message has gotten through, that the players aren't just hearing the words, but living them in real time. The Fever's 19th win of the season carries weight beyond just the standings. It's a symbolic marker of how far this team has come and how much potential they have moving forward. Overtime thrillers, locker room speeches, and tear-filled moments of pride. These are the building blocks of a team that's not just chasing wins, but chasing something bigger. They're building an identity that could carry them deep into postseason play, and they're doing it with a sense of unity that fans can rally behind. For the city, for the fans, and for the league, the Fever's resurgence is a story worth following.